and welcome to the What the Fork Monarchs preview show. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harroway as we look ahead to another big championship match for the Monarchs. This time welcoming the Birmingham Brummies to Armadale on Friday night. Dave, one of us has moved location. We've got a different backdrop to us than normal, but the story remains the same. We look ahead to another big match, and one that, once again, although we think maybe the tougher ones were done for now, on paper, another tough match ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Birmingham probably haven't had the best start to the season, but obviously the signing Justin Sedgmen last week strengthened them, and you know, he started like an absolute house on fire. So there's nothing easy at the moment, especially after the news about James. We obviously wish him well in his recovery, but we're not going to see him for a substantial time, so we'll need to work out how we do that. This week it'll be a guest at reserve us, which we don't know yet, I don't think, but yeah, we've talked about it before. Friday night getting a guest, it's never easy, and we don't have our challenges to seek right now, do we, Graham?
Yeah, you mentioned it, obviously we're recording this on Tuesday afternoon, so of course by the time you're watching it, what could have happened? The Monarchs were still securing that guest. Birmingham have got a match to ride before they head to Armadale on Friday, at Home Pool on Wednesday. Of course, the big news that came out of Armadale on Tuesday morning, as we record this, was the announcement this will be the Monarchs' last year at Armadale Stadium. We will have a full kind of review or discussion on that in times to come, but for myself and Dave, it's very much business as usual, and we focus on the action to come ahead. During the course of this, we'll get our usual preview from both camps, and of course, we'll delve into the blast from the past. So, Dave, you touched on it there. You know, Justin Sedgmen came back in for Adam Ellis, and a view that a few people were kind of saying weakened the Brummies, but of course Sedgmen then rattled off 25 points in his first two matches for them, and away win at Oxford, although that was followed up by a home defeat to the same opposition. And of course on Friday we now know that Tom Brennan steps in for Josh Ottey, so maybe after Redcar we're slightly weakened, certainly at number one last week, we're back to guest massively strengthening away teams this week. Don't we all enjoy that? So you're between the likes of Visson, Sedgman, Brennan, Ashley Morris. You know, there's a lot of Armadale experience in there. We've said there the Monarchs struggling to get a guest would be the wrong choice of word, but limited options due to who else is riding and who else is in the country, etc. So yeah, you kind of thought, okay, we've done that trio of Glasgow, Leicester, Redcar. Let's try and get a wee run of home wins going, but it's not going to be easy.
No, and the Brummies will be desperate to pick up some points. You know, as I said already, they've had an awkward start to the season, but with the riders that you mentioned, you know, they'll I mean, targeting Armadale as someone that can get points. We know Klaus was never an Armadale specialist, but after that season he had with us, he certainly worked it out, and he is a powerful rider, and will always be difficult to race against. And then Ashley Morris, another one. And as you mentioned, Tom Brennan will be. He possibly didn't have the best meeting with Glasgow over here, but he has some cracking races and be a tough battle. But you know, Sam, Josh, and now Kye are starting to come at the party in terms of heat leader force again. So they'll need to really make it count on Friday night.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you mentioned that there. The Monarchs come into this on a high, or certainly a confidence booster after the previous couple of weeks. You know, an absolutely fantastic performance on Friday night by five men after James crashed out, and then to go down to Redcar, and I didn't make it to Redcar, but what sounded reasonably difficult conditions, certainly by the end of the match as well. I heard a few of the races were a bit hairy on that outside line at Redcar on Sunday, and to come out of that with a point, you know, we can hopefully start looking up the way again. That's okay, it's 2 home defeats, but that's 2 away points at Redcar and at Glasgow. Both teams you would expect to be in those playoffs come season's end. So busy kind of couple of weeks coming up with away matches. Of course, after Friday, we're at Plymouth and Poole next week. Then it's the Cup for Glasgow, and then we're at Birmingham in the week after. So if we could get out of that with, you know, some undefeated at home and some away points, we're maybe right back where we need to be.
Yeah, and there definitely was optimism last week. The switch between Kye and Paco certainly seemed to work, and we picked up good points straight from Heat 3. Although I mean, Eric was probably it's hard to look back at that as drop points when Eric was in such good form. So apart from that, the 2-5-1s in the next two races. So more of that. Paco especially, I'm hoping he'll be keen to show that against his old team as well. So that's definitely a plus. And Jacob's shown as well when he can get out the gate, get ahead, he's solid and difficult to pass. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good recipe for picking points. He just needs to get out the gate more consistently, or make sure he's at least competitive in that first turn, and he will pick up points. So we can move forward from there.
There you have it. Dave Harley giving us the recipe for success on Friday. Gate well, score points, win big. Easy as that, Dave. Yep. And of course, looking to do that will be as we've mentioned there, the home men looking to build on that victory against Redcar. And here's how the camp's feeling as we go into another big week or two of action.
Yeah, and then obviously absolutely key that the Monarchs got back to winning ways at home last Friday. Tough start. We lost Sargent, and it looks like he's out for a spell. And then at one point we're 5 points down, but every one of the guys that were left dug deep. The top four absolutely hammering the points, and then Jacob with those couple of crucial gates to back up for 5-1s. Everyone really helped out and made sure we got that win. That, let's be honest, if we hadn't, we might have been looking at a long season ahead already.
Yeah, that's right. It was good. It was a good team effort with 5 guys to win over Redcar, and but yeah, it was a massive blow to lose Sarge, and I hope he gets well soon. But yeah, it was good. We dug deep, and we really had to get them crucial 5-1s, because yeah, if we didn't, yeah, I don't think the win would have been ours.
Yep, and then touched on it already, but Sunday we went down to Redcar, and another good away point. That's Glasgow and Redcar, two teams that are pretty much favourites to be in the playoffs, if not towards the top of the league, and we've taken an away point at both, and that gives us something to build on. We go into a busy spell of away matches. I think we've got 2 next week, at least 1 the week after, so the season's busying up now, and kind of need to get those points on the board, and it's good to take confidence from having gained points already away.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, the way I look at it, we've come out on top this weekend, being able to take a point away from them as they weren't able to with us. So yeah, it gives us a bit of confidence, and yeah, we're trying to help each other, because I know everybody likes certain conditions, so we're just trying to get everyone thinking positive and know they're able to do it. And yeah, we just need to go down there with the right attitude, get everyone in the right headspace, and know that we can be dangerous.
Yeah, and then obviously your second season now, are you finding that thing just a little bit easier? That kind of the lay of the land, even little things like how to get to certain tracks, what to expect when you get there, who the spares guys is, all those kind of things. Now that you've done it once, does that just make it a lot easier second time around, that you can just concentrate on getting yourself and the bike ready to go and score those points?
Yeah, that's right. I feel a lot more at home this season. Yeah, because obviously you come over and you don't know many people, but yeah, obviously last season I built relationships and stuff with people, and yeah, and just know everyone and know how to get to places. Yeah, a lot easier, and have a lot better idea. So yeah, it is certainly a lot better, and now that I'm probably, would you say, third heat leader, I have that sort of responsibility now, so I feel a lot mature in the team and obviously in my racing.
Yep. And then looking ahead to Friday, obviously Birmingham, I guess what we need to watch out for is complacency doesn't set in. We've had that tough run, Glasgow, Leicester, Redcar. Birmingham are maybe towards the bottom end, but we've seen them win at Oxford recently. We know Visson and Sedgy, obviously ex-Monarchs, Ashley Morris, an ex-Monarch, other guys that can go well. So there's no complacency can kick in on Friday, and everyone still has a job to do.
Yeah, that's right. I think our reserve could be stronger than theirs, and I think we'll definitely get the job done. But like Sedgy will all come with some form, because yeah, he knows how to get around Armadale very well. So but yeah, I think we just all need to we can do what we did last week or on Friday. We'll I think we have a good shot at sending them home with nothing.
Well, Dave, of course, Monarchs looking for those 3 points, and always good to hear the optimism in the camp there. For the away team, they're looking to build as well. I spoke to Lawrence Rogers, their team manager, for an article for the programme. Unfortunately, the wonders of technology, either his mobile phone or my recording equipment, wasn't quite up to snuff. But the basis of it is, they've not had their troubles to seek to start the season. Obviously, the takeover, last minute putting the team together, short-term deal for Adam Ellis, need to find a replacement. Was it the first 2, if not the first 3 matches were rained off? But they're now looking up, that away win last week. Lawrence Rogers' exact words to me was they've got a taste for away success now and they want more. And we've touched on it already. 3 ex-Monarchs, Brennan, James Shanes, who's had good meetings in the past. Be interesting to see Pearson at the bottom end. He's highly touted young Aussies. He's found life a little bit tough so far, but I mean that's to be expected. He's only 16 years old, isn't he? So it's not as if he's particularly experienced at the 500cc level. But Birmingham probably in a not too dissimilar position to the Monarchs in that they know maybe the top 1 or 2 positions for the playoffs are now gone, but a decent run, and they could be writing about it, and they'll be looking to start that on Friday night.
Yeah, especially after that win at Oxford last week. They have had a slow start to the season, and there was a lot of bad press when the Adam Ellis situation transpired. But I mean, I hope for Justin Sedgman's case that move does work out, because he's a good lad, and it'd be good to see him back to his best. But maybe just not on Friday night. He can wait till next week before he hits it. So they'll definitely be fancying that. But in terms of the Monarchs, it's the start of a few midweek away matches coming as well. So the opportunity is there. We know we can't afford any more slips. We've got the situation with James Sargent. Who knows what will happen there? But Jacob with the young Pearson coming in there, they're the sort of riders that now he's had his feet under the ground. He's been about 4 or 5 meetings. We need him to beat that Armadale.
Yeah,
he's not here just to learn. He's here to score points for us as well. So big match for him with no James, and but opportunities there for the Monarchs, and I'm sure we'll come good on Friday night.
Yep, sure will come good, as Dave says, and of course we say it every week, but tickets are available. We now know, Dave, that sadly we can actually start a countdown on how many Fridays there are left at Armadale. And as I said, we won't go into that tonight. We'll get full review from the club, promotion and team management, etc., for you over the next week or 2. But Friday night is Speedway night. Get yourself trackside has never been more key. We want to send Armadale. It's been a very happy home. 26 years, geez, I can't believe it's been that long. That must mean I was about -5 when I first started going to Armadale. But yeah, 5 league titles, how many cup wins, league cups, KO cups. They've brought pairs back, they've got 4s back, Scottish Open, great Scottish Open matches, etc., etc.
Yeah.
We want to end on a high, and to do that, we need to be in the playoffs, and to get there, we probably need to be unbeaten at home, in my eyes, the rest of the way, and that needs to start on Friday. So get yourself there. Tickets are available, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. If you can't make it there, then live stream will be available. 2 live streams available this week, but regardless of anyone else coming to town to stream, the Edinburgh Monarchs stream is still available. So EMTV is your link for that on that Monarchs website. And as you say, Dave, let's start the ball rolling. We're coming into the summer months. Although, as I say that, I think it's raining outside, so that's a standard summer months. Of course.
Well, it's not just when I went at lunchtime, so I hope for some of that weather on Friday. The rain sometimes helped. I mean, last week was a perfect example where, we got a good equal shower in the rain that meant we had a cracking racetrack in the evening. And fortunately, it came at the wrong time for people thinking about going to Armadale, but it just shows you what the conditions are. We can get some brilliant racing, get yourself there on Friday night and enjoy more of the same.
Yep, more of the same. And of course, we always talk about more of the same. We always like to show out a blast from the past, as it's called. We want to Mike Hunter's archives. Here's a previous race. I'm going to get my words right against those Brummies opposition now.
Gate 10, Catiesto comes in for Bush and goes off gate 1. Gate 2 is Sweetman. Gate 3 is Fixture. Gate 4 is Sedgmen. Fisher's made a poor start, and it's Sedgmen who leads. Fisher comes careering into second spot, with Kye in third, and the two Monarchs locking up. Justin Sedgman looking quite handy there, more so than his partner. Fisher trailing him, right on his back wheel, going for that wide line. There's certainly some drive there. Is there enough room? Fisher going for the outside move, almost up alongside. Once again, very wide. Whoa! Last bend coming up. Fisher locks up and cuts up the inside. And he got it, I think. I would give that to Fisher by half a wheel. It was a great race and a real old-style chase from Ryan Fisher. He's tended to do it from the gate a lot this season. I think he got it.
Yep, some intriguing action from the past day. We'll take more of that on Friday, and I'm sure it'll be served up to us. Any team that comes with some of the names we've mentioned for Birmingham, match them up against the likes of Masters, Thompson, Pickering, etc., that we all know is in town for the Monarchs, and it's sure to be another good night ahead. That'll probably do us for just now, Dave. So until Friday night, when we're back, or Saturday morning, when you get to see it, when we're back with the Friday Focus. As always, thanks very much for joining us, and goodbye.